We always put the people first. Let's get it. Yeah. Welcome back. Like and subscribe. Like and subscribe. Also join the people first community down in the bottom. We're going to get into it, man. FTC antitrust lawsuit is headed for Amazon. Yeah, we like to talk about sports and business logistics, but pay attention to this. You got to pay attention to the real articles. Don't be out here consuming entertainment all the time. Pay attention. Let's get into it. As you know, Amazon, probably the biggest company, one of them in America. The FTC is the people who try to break up monopolies like how they did Microsoft. So check this. They trying to break up Amazon. They say they too big right now. Let's get into it.
Let's keep talking some tech, though. We'll keep our eyes on the macro trade. Kevin Green looking at Amazon for us as the little bit of pressure from regulators begins, right? Their anti-competitive investigation on Amazon, is that right?
Yeah, definitely. And Amazon is actually pushing back on this as well. We are getting reports from the Wall Street Journal and Reuters that on August 15th, they had this last rights meeting, if you will, with the FTC to really discuss some of the claims that the FTC has had. And they actually did not have any concessions to the FTC.
Okay.
In order to resolve this matter.
Amazon bucking, they telling the FCC, we ain't going, take it to trial. Yeah, I like that. As you know, I worked for Amazon for like 5 years. Now I partner with Amazon to do freight and delivery. So shout out Amazon for bucking on the FTC. They not got no monopoly. They just doing good business. If they do it the best, that's on them. Step the competition up in America. That's what's wrong with America. It's too soft. Nobody want to compete. Let's get it. Amazon, take the FTC to trial. Let's get it.
So it does appear that this will be going to court here, and Amazon does plan on fighting it. Now, right now, we are seeing this FTC or potential FTC lawsuit that could be filed later this month, and that is what the street is really expecting. And even though we have seen these type of announcements, it really hasn't impacted the stock a lot. There's a lot of commentary around the fact of antitrust.
It ain't even real. They ain't even scared. The stock price ain't jumped. Take it to trial, Amazon. They ain't worried about it. The stock prices ain't jumping. It's still standing tall. Yeah.
Trust violations potentially, and the FTC's desire potentially to be able to break up the company. And some of the issues that they are actually citing is just the logistics programs that they already have in place, and the fact that some of these sellers are only getting preferential treatment if they are purchasing or buying into some of the subscriptions in order to get exposure to their products. And it's really impacting some of the other small business or third-party users.
Man, they crying. It's not affecting no. Amazon is giving people like me and a lot of other people on whether you e-commerce, web development, or logistics, a lot of opportunities to start your own business and partner with them and make it happen. I'm the person who take the opportunity. That's like people when they sign to a record label, then they get mad. The record label want their money back. Nah, it don't work like that. You got to partner, do good business, and take the game and run with it. It's on you. Once you get your opportunity, it's on you what you do with it. No complainers, no victim mentality. Let's go. This is all victims over here want to sue Amazon, man. That's victim mentality.
Of the Amazon platforms. That's really some of the allegations here. But I would suspect here, Oliver, that this is going to be a long and drawn out battle that could go back and forth. And even if we have a ruling in the initial court system, we could potentially see this continuing to move up. Now, noting that the FTC has had some losses as of late when it comes to Activision, Microsoft, as well as some of the other deals here.
Oh, the FTC done lost? They done lost to Microsoft and Activision. Ain't no way they gonna beat Amazon then. Dang, I ain't know the FTC was losing going outside. I thought the government would usually be wiping people's nose, but that's it's chinks in the armor. It's chinks in the armor, yeah.
It may embolden a lot of these companies to really try to fight these battles within the court system.
They about to start taking the FTC to trial. They don't like that. They companies, they don't want the small guys to start fighting back.
Because of potentially that weakness. So I think this is going to be a very interesting setup here in the near future. Let's see how it's going to pan out here. But this is going to be a drawn out process. We probably will not have a resolution on this issue if it does go to court for a couple of months, maybe even a year.
Okay.
So it's a year out. They can drag it out. Amazon got enough lawyers and whatever to drag that out and beat that up as long as possible. So, yeah.
So this could be a long time, going. Do you think that this matters to the stock, frankly, Kevin? I mean, are we at the point in the lifespan of these tech giants where we do need to pay attention? Because in the years past, these types of events were largely shrugged off, digested, and kind of considered the cost of doing business to some extent when you're breaking, disrupting things. If they're not breaking and disrupting as much anymore, and they're just kind of becoming regulated entities, that might be a little bit different, perhaps?
We always have to keep this type of stuff on the radar here. We do know that this actual investigation actually started in the Trump administration here, but I think, Oliver, from a political standpoint, and if you're looking at some of these larger companies that are having these battles with the FTC, you could also look at the Supreme Court, which is fairly conservative, and that is maybe a little bit of a backdrop as to why a lot of these companies are actually putting up this battle. Because
so they bucking. Listen, they bucking because the Supreme Court is conservatives. Conservative people generally support business, less regulation. So all y'all political people, yeah, they support the business people. When you have your own business, you start to understand the world from a different perspective than the victim mentality. I ain't gonna say which side like victims. I'm not political at all, but if you study the game, one side victims and one side business people. I'm not saying either side right or wrong, but just know it's two different sides. It must be two sides. But I ain't on no side. I'm independent, man. I stand alone.
They do believe that they could escalate this up and potentially have a favorable ruling if it does go up to the Supreme Court here. I think the argument for Amazon right now, because we know that these claims around choking off small businesses and things of that nature, the argument that Amazon can make right now is that they are also helping out small businesses and giving them a platform in order to sell their products. So there's a fair amount of small businesses that actually do utilize their fulfillment programs, and that could encompass 50, 60.
See, Amazon help a lot of people too. People say it hurts small business, but it help a lot of small business, because if you go on Amazon.com and buy from the store, yeah, that's an independent usually store. That's not Amazon stuff for the most part. It's a few products they have, but they just connecting the buyers to the sellers. That's somebody else's store at their house, they little e-commerce. The trucks, yeah, the trucks might say Amazon, but it's somebody like me. It's somebody like my buddy Sean or Brandon, whoever got their own company, People First or whatever it's called, plugged into the Amazon system, handling the delivery service for them. Outsourcing. People in business, you need to learn outsourcing. That's a key essential skill. Outsource the stuff that you don't want to do, whether it's virtual assistants, payroll, HR, accounting. Outsource it so you pay less and get the job done and take something off your plate.
70% of total sales for a small business. So I think that's going to be the argument that is going to be made in court here. And it's going to be very difficult to start seeing this campaign or this movement to break up some of these larger companies like Apple, Amazon, Google. It's just going to be very, very difficult. And if we do see that, that's where we could see potentially CapEx spending for a lot of these bigger companies starting to pare back, and that could have an economic impact on the overall marketplace in itself. So I think you're kind of in a rock and a hard place. I would just keep your eye on it, but it's going to be a drawn-out process, and we've heard and
it's going to be hard to shut down Amazon, Microsoft, and break that up. It's going to be, they got more money than the government, really, when you think about it. But that's another story.
This type of claims over the last 10 years when it comes to Amazon. So this is nothing new. I think we're just getting closer and closer to the court process in itself, but I'm not sure if in this conservative
take that to trial.
When you're looking at the Supreme Court, how much of a leg up the Biden administration or even the FTC and both administrations that we've seen over the last couple of years would be able to battle this out in the Supreme Court. I think that's what the market's really pricing in, which is why we're not seeing a huge drawdown in the stock because of this risk.
Well, yeah, and I like that point. Also, that this is pretty focused on the commerce and the retail side of the business, which is arguably not, look, obviously it's Amazon, it's a huge part of it, but in terms of like what the market cares about, more cares about the cloud growth, the margin and profitability of that business. So
you just heard what he said. He just dropped the real gem alert. Let's get into it. He just said the warehousing, the logistics, delivery, trucking, and the stuff you buy off Amazon.com website, that's pennies compared to the money that they use on a cloud Amazon Web Services database. Amazon got contracts to hold some of the biggest data. Like on your iPhone, when you got iCloud and you just store your stuff into a random cloud, but that's just other people's computers looking at your stuff. Amazon is one of the biggest in the world with cloud web service technology. So a lot of businesses, a lot of government stuff, all that is stored on Amazon databases because they real safe and they know how to do that computer stuff top level. So that's where Amazon make all their money, on the cloud services. Y'all think it's the Amazon buy a book and a phone and all. They really a tech website, web services, cloud company. That's where all the money is.
Oh, I guess maybe, you know, if this were happening to limit their tech side and, you know, their AI potential or whatever, it might be a little bit more of, you know, a bloody nose for the stock. But hey, Amazon's down today. So is the NASDAQ, though. It might be a little bit more macro related to the data points we just mentioned, but certainly an important story to keep tabs on. So thanks for doing it for us. Appreciate it, Kevin Green. Good stuff for Senior Markets Correspondent.
Like and subscribe. Like and subscribe. We out of here. We out of here. We always put the people first. Let's get it. Yeah. Hey, welcome back. Let me know. Like and subscribe. Like and subscribe. Draw in the people first community. People first community link in the bottom, man. Like-minded individuals getting to this money. Let's get it. Did Joe Biden disrespect the Medal of Honor ceremony? Lack of respect to the soldiers, man. He don't care about them. Let's see. Let me know in the comments if he disrespected this man. Let's see what's going on. Let's get into it. What, they getting married? That's look weird. What they even doing? Just doing shit. America, we just be doing stuff. But shout out America, my favorite country. God bless America. He ain't even want to salute, buddy. Okay. Anybody got his resume? What he did in the war? He had to be out there dropping bodies to get a Medal of Honor. You probably got to kill so many people to get a Medal of Honor in the United. How many bodies he got? Somebody in the comments, let me know how many bodies dropped right there. Old school, look at him. 5-star general, all the tags. I wonder which war he fought in. What Joe going? Joe just out of here? He just spent all. What Joe doing? He ain't joining the rest. What? You don't even know where he going. Joe said, I don't got time for this shit. I'm out of here. I got shit to do. Where the hoes at? This weird. Like, what? Joe wasn't supposed to be like, all right, now go sit down or something. What? Like, what we doing? I know he crying. Look at that face. That boy done seen a lot of stuff right there. Look at him. Somebody granddaddy done seen a lot of stuff. I bet he was wild as hell. Look at his face.